Hello, 'tis I, Chevalian, and welcome to me lore dumping about my new Watercraft AU. It's an AU about the Watercraft SMP, which recently launched, and it basically takes place in the same universe as Touring Toadstool Town, my choose your own adventure. Go check it out, it's really fun. But the stories are not directly related. Like, you won't see the chemist from Touring Toadstool Town in a scene next to Being the Brave. That just won't happen, unfortunately. And since this AU is in my mushroom-themed universe, every SMP member is a different type of mushroom. A few rules about this AU before we begin. While fan content like art, fanfics, cosplays are all extremely welcomed and encouraged, absolutely no shipping or not safe for work content, please, because there's age differences and a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't know the content creators' boundaries, and everyone has different boundaries, so to respect everything, there won't be any shipping or not safe for work content in the AU, and I would prefer if in fan-made creations of the AU, there isn't any either. So this video will be talking about each character for each member of the SMP. It doesn't have every member of the SMP since not every member has posted a Watercraft related content that I can find, so I wasn't able to come up with a good thought out character for them. But once they do post stuff, or if there's other videos that I maybe didn't see, let me know, and I will get around and make characters for them and add them, because I want to add every member and support every member. So, yeah, let's jump into the different characters, their powers, and what inspired their designs. Being the Brave! Bean is a magpie ink cap mushroom, and her power is that she can create ink creatures who do her bidding from the ink from her cap. And these ink creatures can, collect materials for her and help her build and all different sort of tasks. But they are very in touch with her emotions. And so, if she feels a strong emotion, they will sometimes do things she might not necessarily want. For example, if she's really mad at someone, then her creatures might attack that person, even if she doesn't consciously tell them to do that. And the inspiration for this was Bean is an amazing animator, and she creates, amazing character designs and stuff, and so it made me think of her making little creatures. Felinity HT. Felinity is inspired by this long scientific name of mushroom that is on screen right now, which is a type of magic mushroom, which is one of those hallucinogenic drug mushrooms. And basically, the reason she's a hallucinogenic drug mushroom is because she can create hallucinations and cause other people to hallucinate. For example, the reason why in my canon, the reason why she looks like a cat and not a normal mushroom person is because she uses her powers to appear as a cat when anybody sees her. So she doesn't actually look like a cat, but everyone hallucinates her as a cat. And so nobody knows what she actually looks like. However, her powers also cause her to hallucinate sometimes, and she sees an entity which tells her to do things like put up signs to call people stinky. And the inspiration for this was her bit where she is quote-unquote possessed and tries to gaslight people into saying she didn't put up the signs. And so it made me think, oh, she's hallucinating. Everyone's just hallucinating. Hallucinations. June. June is this long scientific type of mushroom on the screen, which is actually an extinct type of mushroom, which is very important to the lore. Okay, so June's power is that she can speed up time for certain entities. She can speed up the growth of a plant, for example. And she can also travel into the future. But she doesn't do that anymore because whenever she does, she doesn't have a way to get back. So she isn't from this time period. When she was young, she time traveled into the future because she was playing around with her powers, and she got stuck in the time that it is now. And that's why she's an extinct type of mushroom, because all of her species died out. But she time traveled, so she's the only one left. And the inspiration for this was in June's videos. She's always doing a bunch of time lapses and saying stuff like, editor June, speed this up by 5. And so it made me think of like time warping powers. And so, yeah. Aries. Aries is a lion's mane mushroom. And her ability is that when she makes skin-to-skin contact with another person or mushroom person, she can see their memories. However, she doesn't do that because she feels like it's an invasion of privacy, and so she wears gloves and avoids physical contact. And the inspiration for this was that she lost footage in her first 2 videos, and I don't remember if it was due to memory loss, but it made me, whenever I lose footage, it's because of memory loss. And so I'm like, lost footage equals memory loss. And so I was like, she should have memory-related powers. And the reason she's a lion's mane mushroom is because they're thought to help with memory loss and brain fog. Sharkbug! Sharkbug is this long scientific name of mushroom here, but do note the aquatica part, because that comes into play. I'm actually about to tell you that, so I made it sound all suspenseful for nothing. Sharkbug can control water, but only when water is present. So they're very powerful when they're in water or around water, but they're completely useless in the nether. And the inspiration for this was that they said their character on the SMP was a fisherman, and so I gave them water-themed powers. And the mushroom that they are combined with actually grows underwater and in streams and rivers. So, water! DT Betis. DT Betis is a Bellywit? This name on screen that I don't know how to pronounce, even though it's not that long, but the dyslexia be dyslexiaing. Okay, so his power is that he can fabricate material out of nothing. Like, basically create things out of thin air. Like, if he needs a sword, he can just create a sword and make it appear in his hand, basically. But he only can create non-living things, and just doing it once takes a lot out of him, so he only can do it, like, once a day. And the inspiration for this was that he creates custom items, and like the coins and the hats for the server. So that's all the characters that I have so far. There will be more, because these aren't all the members. And they will be appearing in some animatics that I've planned, and a bunch of other stuff which will be explaining the lore of the series. So, get psyched for that. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.